I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open and in front of you. And please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. For question number 1, we can see that there is a gap before work. Work is a noun. If there's a gap before a noun, chances are we're going to need an adjective of some kind. And indeed, if we have a look at the sentence pattern, it says, but it took over 5 years of what work? How can we describe that work? It must be an adjective. What's the adjective of care? Careful. Oh, you can have another adjective. It could be careless, but that doesn't fit the context. So here the answer is careful. For question number 2, just before the gap you've got an article, but we don't have the noun to which that article refers, which means that we need to put the noun in this gap. Long is the stem word, the noun form of long is length, and that's why it's the answer. For question number 3 here, if we read the whole sentence, according to working in this area. Someone is working in this area, which means that we need a noun, and that noun has to be a plural noun to refer to the people working in this area. But is it people or person? Well, what helps us decide here is the lack of an article. Because if it was going to be singular, researcher, then you would need the article before the noun. So it should be according to the researcher. But there is no article, so therefore the singular noun doesn't make grammatical sense, which means it must be the plural form. So the answer is researchers. For question number 4, simple language pattern. These remains were. What follows must modify the noun remains. So that means we need an adjective. Given the context that we're presented with, it tells us what form of adjective we need, because the positive form of the adjective, well, we can't choose it because it's the stem word, which means that we have to choose the negative form of the adjective, which is unusual. For question number 5, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just before the gap we've got an article, we don't have the noun to which that article refers, which means that we need the noun here. Now what follows is important because it says of one of our distant. So if you're talking about one, it must mean that the noun that we have to choose is singular. So the answer here is development. Question number 6, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just before the gap we've got an article. We don't have the noun to which that article refers. It's like there's an echo in here. So we need the noun for this gap, and because it's an indefinite article, it can't be plural, so that means the noun is mixture. For question number 7, what we've got to do is identify the language pattern beforehand, and just before the gap we can see that we've got 4. Now for these word formation exercises there are a couple of words that you've got to be aware of, that when the gap follows these words, the chances are it's going to be a noun, and those words are in, on and for, and that's exactly the case here. So the noun form of the stem word that we need is criticism. Question number 8, they said there was gap evidence. Evidence is a noun. What we need here is an adjective to describe that noun. Now, given the context, and the context is key here, it tells us what kind of adjective we need, and we need the negative form of the adjective. So the answer here is insufficient.